Welcome to Armchair Safari, the daily discovery show live stream where I find a nice piece of design on the internet and then we look at it together and try to learn from that so that we can become better designers. This is a part of the ongoing journey to forever improve and forever and ever get better at what we're trying to do. Today, we're going to be learning from Rauno Freiberg. I'm sorry, I'm butchering every name of this, but it's hard. I'm gonna zoom into it so you can see it in a second. But before that, I should mention that there is a chat here somewhere around the live screen window. If you are wondering anything specific, if you want me to zoom in on something, whatever, just drop me a line and that will happen. Now, let's get into it. So the first thing we always do is just get a general feel for it. What are we looking at? Oh, that's so smooth. Okay, so Rauno Freiberg, go follow him on X if you want. This is how you spell it: RAUNO FREIBERG. He already has 59,000 followers, so you probably don't need to follow him, or you've probably already seen his stuff. He's a really good designer, especially really good at interaction design and animation, which is why this is a really nice example. So what he's done here is he's created he's recreated the Vercel Toolbar from their Next.js project. And in this example, it's a prototype animation of what it can do when it expands from the little toolbar floaty widget into the full screen, almost like Command Q menu. Now it's super quick. Animations should be super quick. They should be felt, not seen. So that's awesome. But in this case, it's too quick, so we can't really see it. So let's fiddle with the playback speed. Let's put it on half and see what happens. Is that good enough? No, it's still a little quick, actually. Let's see if we can pump that down to a quarter. Yeah. That's much better. And let's see, can we get rid of this? No, let's just zoom in on this and I hope that works. Yeah, okay. Can you see it? Can I see? Yes. The toolbar itself, floating little black pill. I mean, when Apple released their, what do they call it? The dynamic island. I had no clue. Just didn't think this would become such a pervasive UI thing. I thought it was just going to be intrinsically for touchscreens with notifications and camera cutouts, but no. Now we're seeing it absolutely everywhere. And in this case, it's used for a really nice effect. So in the Next.js framework, when you open up a preview using Vercel as a host, you get this really nice little layer menu where you can do all sorts of things. And it's a really nice way of being able to double check stuff while you're working on it. And you can even add comments to it and weird shit like this. Great. But what is happening here? So it opens up to an empty menu. Oh, yeah, I should say the format for this, welcome to Armchair Safari. The format is always the same. We're looking at what is good about this design. Then we're going to look at what is bad about this design. And then we're going to look at, does this solve a problem for the end user, the most important thing for all design? So in this case, what is it opening up for? He's clicking something. I suspect he's probably clicking the actual menu icon part of the menu because it's opening up into just the entire menu. Actually, I think that must be what's happening. You know what? Let's just pause it as a pill and look at that to begin with. All right. So unfortunately, you get the gradient effect of the controls. Sorry about that. Nothing I can do about this. I should start downloading these so it's easier. But anyway, can't do anything about it right now. Let's just zoom in on it and look at it. So immediately you can tell that this person, Rauno, has been doing design for a very long time because this is just an absolutely excellent design. Oh, wait, did the camera freeze? Yeah, okay, my camera froze, but everything else works fine. Then let's just go. Because the paddings on this are just absolutely excellent. There's a super nice border padding around the whole menu thing. There's super nice padding between the icons. Even though it might feel like it's a little constrained on the sides, this is actually a part of the effect because as soon as we hit anything in the menu, Pretty sure this happens when you hover as well, but who knows? It's the background that expands. It's the entire thing expands to create space for new content within it, and the menu drops down. So this, what we're actually looking at here, is not a pill button. It's a view into another UI that is also showing a floating menu inside that view. So when we click something in the view, the menu drops down and the view expands. That's what we're looking at. This is a weird metaphor, but this is a fully digital UI. And like what we looked at yesterday, fully digital UIs are still less common. And I love when people explore it because it is a little bit of a mind bender, but when we get it right, it looks fantastic. And in this case, I think it absolutely looks fantastic. When the menu is expanded, we can also see that all of this beautiful layout is wonderful. All of the paddings and margins are amazing. The little drop shadow effect is just wonderful. Something that goes from black to white, and you still get a layering effect and not just a sort of weird gray gradient. It's really, really nice. It's a very nice feel to it. Someone has put a lot of craft into this. You can also see how the eye is guided through this really easily. So you do look at the cursor first because it does blink and animate a little bit when it opens up. Let me show you. Wow, it looks. But after that, you just guided to this row of icons. So you know sort of what you're looking at because you can remember them between times you see this menu, and you can also remember the same ones are used in the collapsed menu down here. So you can learn this UI by discovery, which is not the same as learning it through rote memorization, because you don't need to learn it here, you just can. So it's a shortcut, it's not the only way, which means it's a really nice way to handle discovery and learning through products like this, or through a design like this. So what else? The typography is really clean, really nice. Like I said, it's very, very clear what you're supposed to be looking at, and what you can click is very clear. It's either auto-focused with a cursor to what you need, or the other interactive elements have full contrast to the background, so they're white. Everything else is toned down, which is really, really nice. What else? Ooh, the icons themselves look amazing. It's actually a really nice, real nice detail here, is that the outline border of the icons is about the same thickness as the font. Very hard to see, but it's almost the same thickness, which gives it about the same weight to the eye, which is a really, really nice effect. Let's look at the rest. Does it do anything else? No, it just animates in. Oh yeah, it's slow. And animates back into the menu and animates out again and in again. And oof! Oh, okay. So this was actually really, really nice. This is something that is way too uncommon in UI elements. What he's doing here is he's clicking something and it starts to open up, and then he interrupts the animation and it animates back down again. So this is one of those things that is, we talked about animations going through states a few episodes ago, and in an animation, you usually plan out the steps by themselves, and then you figure out the transitions between them so you can tween through these clear steps. Now, when you do that, you kind of end up thinking about them as separate stages or separate states. Now, the problem with that is that most states should probably be interruptible. Most states are not static, and especially in animation, for some reason, we kind of forgotten that. So on the internet, all over the place, especially on mobile phones as well, actually, there's a ton of animations you can't interrupt. They're just very long, and you have to look at them, even though you clicked something by accident or whatever, and now like Duolingo is jumping around the screen or whatever. You just want to interrupt it and go back to your interaction, and you can't. And this is frustrating. So showing that in this prototype is a really nice, really, really nice detail. And yeah, I mean, all of this just super nicely detailed. All right, so that was the good. What is the bad? Or did you see anything else that we should add or look at? Add it in the chat. Other than that, Let's go for the bad. So what is bad about this? Well, the contrast of the grays could be a little bit low. So since the background is white and the background or the menu view is black, the contrast could be a little bit low. It could be kind of hard to see for a lot of people or for people who are just coming in from the outside. Remember, accessibility is not something for specific people. It's for specific situations. If you break your arm, you're one-armed, etc. But I still think it kind of works. Especially since in this case, the things that are toned down are not the things that you should be interacting with anyway. They're just there as extra help and labels. So, I mean, it wouldn't be as nice a design if I came in from a bright outdoors day, but it would still be totally functional, which is sort of the point. When the menu is collapsed, also looks incredibly nice. Is there a problem with it? No, not really. No, no. Even the notifications bubbles totally work. Yeah, no. I mean, my negative energy is low today, so I'm just going to say nope. There's nothing to improve here. Rauno Freiberg, you've done an excellent job. Well done. This just looks awesome. So let's get back to the final test. The most important thing of all design: does this solve a real problem for the actual end user? Well, to be honest, like this is from September 4th. This Vercel toolbar exists. So I don't know if Rauno is trying to copy this for something else, or is just making a prototype to see how it works, or is just made a better version with this expanding view thing. Not quite sure. This is definitely an exploration or a demo of something. I mean, the dynamic toolbar itself definitely solves a problem. Does it solve it for Rauno? I don't know. But the design itself does solve problems for users, and that's all we really care about, right? So this is a good design. I'm really impressed. I probably kind of want to steal something like this for a project that I'm working on. I need a better navigation, and this would be freaking awesome. So, all right. Thank you very much for tuning in to episode 15 of Armchair Safari, the daily stream where we try to become better designers by learning from some design we found on the internet. If you like this design example, you can find it in the link below or in the description, and go follow Rauno Freiberg if you like this design specifically. Otherwise, see you tomorrow.